Greetings and salutations, my beloved courtiers. I'm here again for some more holiday readings for this weekend. Right now, I'm going to jump right in and read to you from the new Queen of Horror, Julie Kuzma. And Stuck That Way, Another Quandaries is the name of her book. She was dubbed that moniker by the Queen of Cyberpunk, Animasicat, over the Twitter writing community, so that's quite a high compliment, and she does deserve it. It's just amazing. The story I'm going to read a fragment of to you is called By Induction. So let's see if you like this one. I love it. So, published on Coffee House with Writers.com, October 24th, 2019. The heavyset woman stormed inside with such force the front door swung into the wall, ricocheted, and slammed shut behind her. See, you gotta be mad to do some shit like that. Like, for real. Okay. Judd, you're not gonna believe this. She raced through the house, dodged the TV tray in the center of the living room, and entered the kitchen. Judd? Her frantic quest ended when she reached their turquoise Frigidaire. I swear you don't listen to a damn thing. At least not when I want you to. She plucked her tattered apron from the hook. Straps disappeared as she cinched the material around her waist. Opposite the fabric draped on her front, lopsided bow emerged on her back. Her plump fingers grabbed the chrome-plated handle. Vapor billowed from the appliance, a reaction to the room's warmer temperature. She pushed both her polyester sleeves up and removed the item. Boxes of frozen entrees found themselves tossed on the counter. Pints of ice cream came next. First the pistachio, her husband's favorite, followed by hers. Strawberry. By the time Judd entered the room, she had plowed past the containers of Thanksgiving leftovers. She had pulled out the plastic baggies of chicken con carne, 3 meat cannelloni, and the beige stuff she believed to be tuna bake. Judd paused halfway to the kitchen sink. What on earth? My jars. She glanced over at the husband's pale face. Her eyes darted to his slippers. A toe wore the lining thin and threatened to poke through the outer corduroy fabric. While she had been at work, he had never changed from his bedclothes. Are you all right? I'm fine. He flicked his wrist like a bothersome fly and baited his space. Got a little heartburn, that's all. The blue top on the antacids popped open with a push of his thumb. 3 chalky tablets tumbled into his hand. With the cold water turned on, he filled a cup. Jars of what? Names. She tugged on the fixed package of rib roast. Hand me a knife. He took a utensil from the silverware drawer and handed the butter knife to his wife. We've got names, in jars, in our freezer. I told you, her eyes narrowed, her lips tightened. Patricia? She gets rid of people she don't like. Judd's wiry eyebrows raised. Ain't she the lady from work you hate? His wife nodded as she pried between the ice-formed underside and the hard hunk of meat. She put one of her neighbor's names in the freezer, and the next thing, the house sold, and the pesky woman moved out. Ridiculous. She didn't make the person leave town any more than she's in here making my dinner. Judd laughed, which turned into a choke, followed by a violent bout of coughing. His wife walked over to him and placed the back of her hand across his forehead. What's your explanation? A coincidence. He swatted his wife's hand. She got a promotion or won the lottery. Anything but what you imagined happened. You catching something? Judd shook his head. Come on. He gave her a gentle nudge. Clean this mess up and fix us dinner. In a minute. His wife waddled back to her task and added defrosting to her mental list of things that needed to be done. Chunks of white frost broke free as she jabbed the mounds of bulk built-up frost. Some of the girls don't believe her either, so she asked us to select somebody for her to eradicate. She continued to chip. I'm taking the bait. Who'd you pick? Ernestine from accounting. She wiggled the knife back and forth that she wedged under the roast. Pinkish ice covered the meat released, and she lifted the package. That's a roast? Judd rubbed the side of his face and circled his lower jaw. The frozen block hit the countertop with a loud thunk. A week after Patricia condemned the woman's fate by pen, she was gone. No one ever saw her again. Patricia or Ernestine? He sat at their speckle-top table and sipped his water. Ernestine! She waved the knife at him. Always gotta sit in the broken chair. The other three are like new. This one ain't broke yet, just a little worn like me. He gave his wife a crooked smile. I guess I can zap one of those pre-made deals in the microwave. If your backside hits the linoleum, don't ask me to help you up. Never would, you're too busy killing everyone off. She gingerly scraped under one of the jars anchored in the ice. So you decided to doom a few people for yourself? He bent his left elbow and rotated the same side shoulder. My arm aches, might be the flu. Center jar popped loose. She unscrewed the metal lid. Two wrinkled fingers, like tweezers, clasped the piece of torn paper and raised the vexation out. Oh, Judd. She held the scrap for her husband to read. Black ballpoint letters spelled out the name of her best friend. Why Betty? She told everyone my sugar cookie recipe came from a magazine. Judd rolled his eyes. Well, she lied, so I wrote her name down. I shoved her in the freezer right behind the prime rib I'd been saving for a special occasion. I cursed her, and now she's dead. Betty passed away? He filled with the band of aluminum along the table's outer edge. The girls at work told me she died from an aneurysm last night. I killed her. Okay, I'm going to leave you hanging there. If you want to know what the rest is, read Julie Kuzma's Stuck That Way and Other Quandaries. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. The link to this book will be in the description below. Don't forget, if you want to read new voices or find something that you haven't heard before, check out Twitter and look up #WritingCommunity. You'll find Julie Kuzma and a bunch of other extraordinarily fantastic authors, including me. Anyway, I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful holiday weekend. I completely 100% love you. Thank you for watching my show, and, have a wonderful day.